tempted. I remember, probably I date myself. I remember Flip Wilson. He's a comedian. He always had his catchphrase, "The devil made me do it." The devil made me do it. Well, devil is working in so many things. And it reminds me of the story of this minister. He's sitting down doing his books and sees a expense on one of his charge cards. Didn't know what it was. He called his wife, Marge, come here. And what's this $250 bill here from the wall? And she goes, well, I was in the mall and I seen this dress. A dress? We can't afford this kind of money. $250 on a dress? She goes, but you don't understand. It was the devil. It was the devil tempting me. I mean, I walked by and I seen the dress in the window, and I thought, that's a beautiful dress. And the devil whispered to me, oh, go in and see how much it is. Maybe it's not that expensive. So I thought, okay, I'll go in there and look at it. And I pulled the price tag, and it was like $250. And I goes, oh, I can't afford to buy this. And my husband's very upset. And the devil whispered to me, he said, you deserve this. You deserve it. You've been a minister's wife for so long, and you've got to show up at these functions, and all of the hoity-toity ladies got these beautiful dresses on. You deserve to have a beautiful dress like this. And just try it on. Just go try it on. Don't have to buy it. Just go try it on. So she tried it on. And so I tried it on. It looked beautiful. It hung in all the right places, and the fabric was so fabulous. And I just looked in the mirror and I goes, oh, I want this dress, but I just really can't afford it. Go ahead, you deserve it. Buy it. And the minister looked at his wife and said, you know what you're supposed to do when the devil tempts you? You're supposed to look at that devil right in the eye and you say, get behind me, Satan. And she goes, I did. And the devil said, it looks fabulous from that view too. We all are facing temptation. I'm tempted by so many things. I'm tempted by food or pie, donuts. I mean, Fat Tuesday. I mean, how could you walk into a bakery or grocery store and see those poochkies? Just jammed full of like apple. I have the apple ones, and the cream-filled ones, the raspberry-filled ones. And unfortunately, you eat one and they just sit like a lump in your stomach. Oh God, why did I eat it? And I still had 2 left the next day. Another one, didn't matter. I just wanted that poochki. Another thing I have is clearance sales. When I see something on clearance sale, I'm thinking, wow, this is a bargain. I gotta get this, even if I don't need it. Especially at Home Depot. I go to Home Depot to their clearance rack, and I'll see something on there like the other day I went in there and they had a cordless Ryobi water pump. It was half off, and it would fit my batteries that I already have for my Ryobi drills. I thought, this would be great. I'd have my own, water pump. And then I kind of started thinking, okay, what do I ever use? What do I have to pump water for? I never would have to pump water. Why would I even need this? And but it was just the idea that it was there, and it was clear that I was going to get it. I have so many things in my life that tempt me. I was talking with a lady the other day who's she's been dieting, exercising, and she's looking really good. And I was telling her, I said, yeah, how's it been going? And your diet, your exercise. She goes, well, it's been doing really good until end of February, and McDonald's brought those Shamrock Shakes back. And she goes, this is my weakness, my temptation. I can't drive by McDonald's without getting a Shamrock Shake, so I've got to go put extra, time in at the gym to try to make up for my Shamrock Shake addiction. We all have things that we're tempted by. I'm sure you guys can think of something that you are very much your weakness, as it were. Now, the great philosopher, theologian, Oprah Winfrey once said that opportunity may knock only once, but temptation leans on the doorbell. I tell you, that is so true. I mean, you don't ever get a break from the temptations. They're leaning on the doorbell. And so, in our lives, we have to look at ways that we can, move beyond that. And so, I think of this story of Jesus and the temptation that he faced in the desert. I mean, here he was, been fasting for 40 days. And this was right after, he had been baptized. We had the baptism of our Lord Sunday. And he had come out of the water, and the Holy Spirit hovered over him like a dove. And the voice of the Lord spoke from heaven, "This is my Son, with whom I am well pleased." He heard it from the voice of the Lord. Okay, but now we see here in the desert, 40 days later, he's hungry, and he's a little weak. But we are captivated by the story of Jesus beating the devil at his own game. But it's just very interesting, because the way the devil tempts him, the first line is, "So, if you are the Son of God," he had just 40 days before heard the heavens call out, "This is my beloved Son." He heard the voice of God calling his beloved Son. So what does the devil do? He tries to get him to, not really believe in who he is. Tries to get him to doubt his own identity. He said, "If you're the Son of God, turn these stones into bread. If you're the Son of the God, jump off these cliffs. If you're the Son of God, prove it. Are you really the Son of God? Are you really the Son of God? Are you just, faking it? If you're really the Son of God, I want you to prove it. I want you to show me that you are." And it's that Satan was trying to get Jesus, and he didn't have much luck. But he tried to get us by telling us what our identity is. He wants to tell you who you are. He wants to identify you by your sins. As a follower of Christ, have you ever even had moments where you'll think of something that happened, could have happened 10 years ago, 5 years ago, long time ago, and something you did bad, something that you feel really bad about doing, and all of a sudden you have this wave of guilt just washes over you, like it just happened 5 minutes ago. You just feel like oh God, why did I say that? And it's Satan trying to get you to identify with those sins that Christ has already forgiven a long time ago. Trying to call you back to that place where you were far from God. You see, when you have those feelings of guilt wash over you, that's not God speaking. That's the adversary trying to get you to identify with the sin, trying to identify with something you've already gone. Now, if we identify ourselves as a child of God, that is what the identity that Jesus Christ will give us. You see, but that's not what Satan wants to have you think. He wants you to think, I am no longer Randy, the child of God. I'm Randy, the one who hurt somebody with a nasty comment. I am Randy, the one that got too drunk at a party. I am Randy that stole. I am Randy that cheated. I am Randy. Don't want you to identify with what you are. Don't want you to identify as a new creation that you are in Jesus Christ. Now, in our video series of The Chosen, that we had the first one on Thursday, we meet a woman who's tormented by demons. I think 7 demons, the Bible says she had in her. And she identifies herself as Lilith. And this name is significant because in Jewish mythology, this is not in
Here, I got you.
Go ahead to the next slide up. That's temptation. No more. I'm just going to get the next slide going. There. Back. Okay. And there we go. Lilith. There it is. She identified herself as Lilith. Now, in Jewish mythology, this is not scriptural at all or anything like that. This is just mythology. That Lilith was Adam's first wife. She was from the devil. That Lilith was a devil, basically. And so even today, they identify the Lilith theology or the Lilith mythology is of this female devil. So in this video, we see, we're going to see this lady who's identifying herself as Lilith. That's her name. She's a daughter of the devil. And then we meet Mr. Nicodemus. Now, old Nick, he is the high priest in the Temple of Jerusalem. He is the bigwig. He is the grand poobah of the Jewish faith. And he has come to Capernaum to teach and instruct the people all the way from Jerusalem. And so when he finds out, then the Romans find out that he's in town. And they go, well, maybe he can help us with this Lilith problem. See, Lilith has been causing a disturbance in the red area of Capernaum. That's kind of the low-life area, the red light district, as you're going to call it. She is screaming and yelling at all hours of the night. She is like bit and scratched people and just caused major disturbances. And she's just been a real problem for Rome. And so these Roman soldiers walk right into the temple, which defiles the temple. All the Pharisees were not happy about that. So he walks in and says, okay, if you are the great and powerful Nicodemus, why don't you follow us, and we're going to take you down into this seedy end of town and have you get these demons out of her once and for all. You're a great holy man, you ought to be able to do that. And of course, he doesn't really want to do it. He don't even want to go into that neck of the woods. But Romans can be pretty persuasive. And so he relents, and they make their little troop down there to this seedy end of town, and they meet the girl named Lilith. Now, he brings along all of his little demon fighting gear, his little incense things with bells on it. He's going to show the demon who's boss. And so we're going to watch a video clip from that. Should come up here in about 10 seconds. Turn the volume still down.
You can put an end to this.
Subtle.
I adjure you, by the holy angels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, and Raphael, I adjure you, cursed dragon, diabolical legions, come out! I adjure you, spawn of Beelzebub, Bethlehem and Sheol, the utterance of all the watchers and the holy ones, in the name of Adonai, God of the heavens, cease to deceive this human creature. I command you, in covenant with Abraham, in the names of Jacob, Isaac, Moses, the all-powerful El Shaddai. Why do you love this innocent soul?
Stage left. He was not going to hang around. The fear was put into him. He realized that his little trinkets and his calling out names of the holy ones of Bible history, Torah history, was not able to defeat the demons. And you wonder if maybe there was something in his own heart. If he was not as holy as he thought he was, he put on the airs of being holy, but maybe he was not as holy as he thought he was. Now, We have Mary Magdalene, on the other hand. She was pretty distraught when she kind of came back to her senses and realized that even this holy man could not rid her of these demons. So she decided that the only way she was going to be able to be done with this, she's so depressed that she decides to go to a cliff and throw herself over this cliff and be done with this once and for all, the end of life. And that way she'd finally be freed from these demons that torment her. And she walks out, and she's standing at the edge of this cliff looking down at the waters many, many feet below her and the rocky shoreline. And all of a sudden she sees a dove, like the dove that appeared over Jesus, the dove of the Holy Spirit. It started circling around her. And so she looks up, and she's watching this dove, and all of a sudden the dove starts flying back towards town. She turns, and she starts to follow the dove. And she follows this dove and takes her back into town and goes to this, for lack of a better word, a little speakeasy, a really seedy little bar. And this little tavern or bar, whatever you want to call it, was where the ruffians, the fishermen, and the sinners of the town would gather to gamble and to drink strong drink. And so she goes there and goes in, and she meets this the barkeeper, the innkeeper there, who has been trying to help her with her problem. He sees, has compassion on her. And so what we're going to see now is her encounter when she comes into this bar. And we're going to meet Jesus for the first time there. And at this point, too, Jesus is basically unknown. He had just come back out of his 40 days in the desert. He was not started his ministry, had no apostles or anything. He just kind of shows up there, and this is what happens.
It's on its way.
Yeah, it takes about 10 seconds to boot up.
So, did it work? I'm sorry, Lilith.
Lilith? I should talk, huh? Oh, what, huh? It's going to scratch me too.
Come on, not now.
So, see?
Not now.
Fine. She smells anyway.
I don't know what else I can do to help you.
Give me that. Lots of it.
That's not going to solve your problems. It's meant to distract from
No
them.
more preaching. Just give it to me.
Lilith, please listen to what I'm saying.
Sit with.
That's not real.
Don't touch me.
Lily. Lily, are you okay?
I have to go. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Magdala.
Lord, how do you know my name?
Thus says the Lord who created you, and he who formed you. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine.
You see, Jesus identifies her by who she is and who she is in God's eye. You are Mary of Magdala, a child of God. See, Nicodemus could call all the names out that he wanted, but this lady identified herself as Lilith. When Jesus spoke and spoke truth of who she really is, it made all the difference. She identified herself again as Mary. She was never going to be Lilith again. See, we live in a world that seeks to identify you by its standards. You know, we are told, you know, they put labels on us that, you know, we're stupid, we're ugly, we're not lovable. Often you've maybe heard that from people in authority, like your parents, or a friend, or a teacher, or a spouse, or something, where they'll say, you'll never amount to much. You know, if you keep acting like that, you know, you don't have what it takes to make it. You see on TV shows, where they'll tell you, well, unless you look like this, or you drive that car, or you have this and you have that, you know, you're not really valuable. You don't really have much. They try to identify Christians as haters and homophobes, and they put all these labels on people who believe in Jesus because they don't understand it. They try to put a label or a name on it. Now, all of these are just lies from Satan. It's just Satan trying to tell you who you are. You just got to know that, you know, as the ministry's wife said, get behind me, Satan. But knowing that that label is not you, because the label Jesus put on you is you are a child of God. You are lovable. You are worth so much. You have intrinsic value. The value that you have is the value of my son's life. Jesus took a cross for you to show you how much you are loved and how valuable you are. That's what we're celebrating in this time of Lent. In this time of Lent, when we're making that steady progress towards the cross of Calvary, where Jesus said that you have great worth. So much worth I'm going to put, you know, take off all the labels of the world and claim you as your own. Beloved child of God, accept that as the truth. Satan knows your name, but he calls you by your sin. But God knows your sin, but he calls you by your name. Your sins don't matter. You can't be identified by the mistakes you made. You can't be identified by the decision you made to follow Jesus.